Hey everybody, Ryan here at etrailer. Today on our 2020 Mazda CX-30, we're going to be checking out the Thule Helium Pro Hitch Bike Rack. So right off the bat, kind of my first impressions of the rack is, I think it looks really good actually on the back of the Mazda. Kind of has that, that streamlined sporty look, which really matches the lines well. And it's going to hold our bike up nice and high off the ground too, out of harm's way. Not so high that it's going to block our view when we're going down the road, but you'll still be able to kind of keep an eye on them, whenever you're driving. So this particular rack can hold up to a total of 2 bikes. If you need to carry an additional one, there is a 3-bike version available as well. So whatever you need, it kind of gets you covered. There is going to be an integrated lock, which is pretty nice. So you can pull that out and it loops over your frames and it's connected into there. So it gives you a little peace of mind. And the way that the rack works is super simple. You're gonna hold your bike down in 3 spots. So you're gonna have 2 straps here along the top tube, 1 right here. That's gonna act as an anti-sway to help eliminate, that side-to-side movement, that where bikes aren't, banging into each other as they're going down the road. With that said, let's go ahead and pull the bike off, take a better look at it. All you're gonna have to do is push in these buttons and swing the straps up, out of the way. Same deal with this one here. And it's gonna be really easy to pull off. Arms are pretty narrow, so you're not gonna have to fight it. Take it off and go hit the trails. So the bike's cradles here, where the frame is going to sit, are somewhat adjustable. Now that'll help accommodate different types of frames and things like that. The pads are going to be actually pretty soft rubber, so you're not going to have to worry about your paint getting scratched up or anything like that. You have that same material on the bottom of the straps. And these straps are actually pretty thick plastic. I mean, these things are tough. I really don't see these breaking or wearing out, anything like that. However, I do recommend whenever you're not using the rack, just to put them back in place. That way they're not, kind of flopping around whenever you're driving down the road. Something you do want to keep in the back of your mind is whenever you put the rack on your Mazda, it is going to extend the overall length of it. And to figure out exactly how much, we'll just measure from the back here to the very edge. Looks like it's going to be right at about 31 inches. So although it's not taking up a ton of space, something you want to think about, when you pull into your garage, maybe even a tight parking spot. The arms do fold down and make it a lot more compact. Super simple. Just lift up on this lever. The arms will swing down and lock into place. And with it like this, it doesn't really take up a lot of space there. If you measure again from the back to the very edge, looks like it's only going to be about 18 inches. So in this position, really shouldn't give you a whole lot of issues when you do go to pull into that small garage or small parking spot. So big question we get asked a lot in regards to hitch mounted bike racks is if you can still be able to get into the back of your vehicle, because with this right here you don't have a ton of space. Good news is this one does fold down out of the way and allows us to do that. If we lift up on this lever, this will swing down. All right, and then we're going to have more than enough room to open up the back of our Mazda and get whatever we might need in and out. So moving on down here, the rack is going to work with those 1¼ by 1¼ receiver tube openings like we have here today on our Mazda. It's also going to work with the larger 2" by 2" receiver tube openings as well, which that hitch is available for the Mazda, so regardless on which one you have, the rack should work with it. It's going to have an integrated hitch pin, which is nice, not to have to worry about keeping track of any extra components. And there's also going to be a knob here. When you tighten this down, what it's going to do is act as an anti-rattle device. So it's going to eliminate any slop or play there in the connection point, keeping things nice and quiet inside. So give you an example on how it works. Say if we're hitting some bumps going down the road, see that the rack is going to move with our CX-30 and not on its own. So one of the things that really does separate this rack from a lot of the others is the fact that it's made from aluminum. So you're not going to have to worry about rusting or deteriorating over time. But more importantly, it's extremely lightweight, so super easy to handle. If you're someone that wants to take the rack off the back of your vehicle and store it up in the garage or somewhere out of the way for months at a time or whenever really, it's not gonna be a big headache. Pulls right out, super easy to manage, and that's really all there is to it. If you're anything like me, you always wanna see the product you're interested in actually working or in action. So let's go ahead, load this up with some bikes, take it out on the test course and see how it does. This is our test course. Let's start with the slalom. This shows side-to-side action, such as turning corners or evasive maneuvering. Then, onto our alternating speed bumps. This shows twisting action, such as hitting curbs, potholes, road debris, or even uneven pavement. Last of all, the solid speed bumps. This shows up and down action, such as driving through a parking lot or parking garage, or driving in and out of a driveway. So at the end of the day, I mean, this is an awesome rack. You know, it has a super modern look and is very easy to use. And that'll finish up our look at of the Thule Helium Pro Hitch Bike Rack on our 2020 Mazda CX-30.